narration can be heard by the actors and be a little distracting. But without further ado, Peter, Wendy.
All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up.
They soon know that they will grow
All
up.
children except one.
All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up.
All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up.
This ought not to be written in ink, but in golden slash.
I don't have ever seen a map of a person's mind before.
You won't forget me, Peter, will you? Before spring cleaning time?
Doctors have tried to draw a map of a child's mind. It's only confusing, but keeps going around all the time.
There are zigzag lines on it, probably frozen an island. Neverland is always more or less an island, with astonishing splashes of color here and there, and coral reefs, and lonely lairs, and gnomes, who are mostly tailors, and caves through which a river runs, and princes with 6 elder brothers, and a hut fast going to decay, and one very small old lady with a hooked nose.
That'd be easy now, if that were all. This was the first day of school, religion, fathers, around the pond, needlework,
Puppies, reading your favorite book.
the smell of pine,
Cats.
Snow.
Finishing that book. Lemonade.
Snow.
Watching your favorite movie.
a fresh baked pie,
Iguanas.
Birds.
Writing on a whiteboard. Christmas Eve.
murders, hangings, demolished packages, chocolate pudding day, getting the bracelets, cash for 1 or 2.
Breathing in the fresh winter air.
Grippy socks.
Sparkles everywhere.
Breathing the fresh spring air.
My dog.
Kittens. The word Betsy. Playing with my dog.
Tying your hair up so it doesn't get in your face.
Warm blankets by the fire.
Fishing assignment.
Summer.
Books.
Fluffy cows.
Neverland's very good deal. Wendy, House of Leaves, deftly sewn together.
Who's Captain Hook?
Oh, Peter, remember how you killed him and saved my life?
Forget that after I killed him.
Tinkerbell remembers.
Who's Tinkerbell?
Oh, Peter, she drank the poison for you.
There are such a lot of them. I expect she's dead by now.
You won't forget me, Peter, will you? Peter!
George, the other night, I saw a boy at the window.
3 floors up.
He escaped, but his shadow hadn't time to get out.
I don't think it's unknown we know, but he does look a scoundrel.
Dear nightlights that protect my sleeping child, burn clear and steadfast tonight!
You two have been there. You can still hear sounds surf, though you shall win the war. Of all the delectable islands, Neverland's most compact and snug of them all. Not large and small, you know, but tedious differences between one adventure and another. But nice and cramped. We play by day with the chairs and tablecloth, and then we spit alarming. But, in choose for those sleep, it becomes very real. So, there are nightlights.
All children except one grow up.
All
They
children
soon know
except
they
one
will
grow
grow
up.
up.
All
They
children
soon know
except
that
one
they
grow up.
All children except one
All
grow
children
up.
except one
Soon
grow
know
up.
that
children
they
Soon
will grow
know
up.
that they will grow
All
up.
children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up.
And the way Wendy knew was this.
One day, when she was just 2 years old, she was playing in the garden, and she plucked a flower and ran with it to her mother. I suppose she must have looked rather delightful, for Mrs. Darling put her hand to her heart and cried, "Oh, why can't you remain like this forever?" This was all that passed between them on the subject. But henceforth, Wendy knew she must grow up.
You always know after you're 2. 2 is the beginning of the end.
Before Wendy came, she, Mrs. Darling, was the chief one. She was a lovely lady with a romantic mind.
Such a sweet mocking mouth.
And her romantic mind was like the tiny boxes, one within the other, that come from the puzzling East. However many you discover, there is always one more.
But there was always one kiss that Wendy could never get, though there it was, perfectly conspicuous in the right-hand corner.
How did Mr. Darling win her?
The many gentlemen who had been boys when she was a girl discovered simultaneously that they loved her, so they all rushed to her house together. Except Mr. Darling, who took a cab and nipped in first, so he got her.
He got all of innermost box in the kiss. He never knew about the tiny boxes, and in time he gave up trying for the kiss. Wendy thought Napoleon could have gotten it, but I can picture him trying, going off in a passion, slamming the door.
Mr. Darling used to boast to Wendy that her mother not only loved him, but respected him. He was quite a simple man, and he knew about stocks and shares, though no one really knows, and he quite seemed to know, and he often said stocks were up and shares were down.
In a way that would have made any woman respect him. Mrs. Darling was married and white, and at first she kept the books perfectly, almost gleefully, for a game. Not so much as a Brussels sprout was missing.
But by and by, whole cauliflowers dropped out, and there were pictures of babies with no faces. They were Mrs. Darling's guesses.
Wendy came first.
When Wendy was first born, Mr. and Mrs. Darling were frightfully worried whether they would be able to keep her, as she was another mouth to feed. Mr. Darling sat on the edge of Mrs. Darling's bed, holding her hands and calculating expenses.
She looked at him imploringly. She wanted to risk it. Come what might.
But that was not his way. His way was with a pencil and a piece of paper. 117 here and 2 and 6 at the office, and I cut off my copy at the office saying 2, 6, 7, and 5, 9, quiet, child, and 6 not on my checkbook. Who is that moving? 5, 9, and 4, and 9, 5, and 7, 6, 4. That's it! 7, 6, 4. How many try for a year on 7, 6, 4?
He was really the grander character between the two.
Remember mumps and whooping cough, at least say 15 shillings.
And so, on it went. And it added up differently each time. But at last, Wendy made it through, with mumps reduced to 12/6 and the 2 kinds of measles treated as one.
Stars are beautiful, though they may not take an active part in anything. They must also gone forever. Hush upon them so long ago that no star now knows what it was. So the old ones become glassy-eyed, and seldom speak. Winking is a strong language. But the little ones still wonder. See, they're not really fond of Peter, but a mischievous way of sitting up behind them and trying to blow them out. But they're so fond of fun that they're on his side tonight, and anxious to get the grown-ups out of the house. So, as soon as door 27 closed on Mr. and Mrs. Darling, there was a commotion in the firmament. The smallest of all stars Mercury cried out, "Now, Peter!"
Peter, now!
If you ask your mother whether she knew about Peter Pan when she was a girl, she will say, "Why, of course it did, child." Then if you ask her whether you're on a goat in those days, she will say, "What a foolish question to ask. Certainly you did." Then if you ask your grandmother whether she knew about Peter Pan when she was a girl, she will also say, "Why, of course it did, child." Then if you ask her whether you were on a goat in those days, she says she's never heard of his having a goat. Perhaps she has forgotten, just as sometimes she forgets your name and calls you Mildred, which is your mother's name. Still, she can hardly forget such an important thing as the goat. This shows that in telling the story of Peter Pan, to begin with the goat, as most people often do, is as silly as to put on your jacket before your vest. This also shows that Peter is ever so old, but he is really always the same age. His age is 1 week, and though he was born so long ago, he has never had a birthday, nor is there the slightest chance of his ever having one. The reason is that he escaped from being human when he was only 7 days old.
Tinkerbell! Tink, where are you? you know where they put my shadow? I will stick it on with soap.
Crying?
What's your name?
Wendy, Moira, Angela, darling. What's your name?
I'm Peter Pan.
Where do you live?
Second started right and spit on the morning.
That's a funny address. Is that what they put on the letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother gets letters.
Don't have a mother.
Oh, Peter, no wonder why you were crying.
I wasn't crying about mothers. I was crying because they can't get my shadow to stick on. Besides, I wasn't crying.
It has come off?
Yes.
How awful. You can't stick it on with soap. You're exactly like a boy. It must be sewn on.
What's so?
You're dreadfully ignorant.
No, I'm not.
I shall sew it on for you, my little man. I dare say, it will hurt a little.
Oh, I shan't cry. I never cried before in my life.
Perhaps I should have ironed it.
How clever I am. Oh, the cleverness of me.
There was never a cockier boy. Of course I did nothing.
You did a little.
Well, if it was no use, I can at least withdraw.
Wendy, don't withdraw. Oh, Wendy, I can't help crowing at Wendy when I'm pleased with myself. Oh, Wendy, one girl is more use than 20 boys.
Do you really think so, Peter?
Yes, I do.
I think it's perfectly sweet the way you talk about girls, so I shall get up and I will give you a kiss if you like.
All right.
Surely you know what a kiss is.
I shall know when you give it to me. Now shall I give you a kiss?
If you please. I shall wear it on a chain around my neck. Peter, how old are you?
I don't know. I'm young, Wendy. I ran away the day I was born. It was because I heard father and mother talking about what I was to become when I was a man. I don't want ever to be a man. I want always to be a little boy and to have fun. And I've lived a long, long time among the fairies.
You really know fairies?
You see, when the first baby laughed for the first time, its laughter broke into a million bajillion pieces, and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies. And so, there ought to be one fairy for every boy and girl.
Ought to be. Isn't there?
No, you see, children know such a lot nowadays, they soon don't believe in fairies. And every time a child says, I don't believe in fairies, there's a fairy somewhere that falls to the ground dead. Oh, I can't take where she's gone to. Take?
Peter, you don't mean to tell me there's a fairy in this room.
She was here just now. You don't hear her, do you?
The only sound I hear is like a tinkle of bells.
Let's take. That's the fairy language. I hear it too. Oh, Wendy, I do believe I've shut her up in the drawer. You shouldn't say such things. Of course, I'm very sorry. But how could I have known you were in the drawer?
Only she was so still so I could see her.
They hardly ever you are dumb and that she is my fairy. But you know you can't be my fairy, Tink, because I am a gentleman and you are a lady.
You silly ass.
She is quite the common fairy. She is called Tinkerbell because she mends her tin kettles and pots.
Tell me about your home.
I live with the Lost Boys.
Who are they?
They are the children who fall out of their perambulators when the nurse is looking the other way. And if they are not claimed in 7 days, they are sent far away to Neverland to defray expenses. I'm captain.
What fun it must be.
Yes, but we are rather lonely, you see. We have no female companionship.
Are none of the other girls?
Oh no. Girls, you know, are much too clever to fall out of their craft.
I think it's perfectly lovely the way you talk about girls, and I know you meant to be kind. So you may give me a kiss.
I thought you would want it back.
Oh dear. I don't mean a kiss. I mean a thimble. What's that? It's like this.
Funny, now shall I give you a thimble?
If you please. Ow!
What is it, Wendy?
It's exactly as if someone was pulling my hair.
That must have been Tink. I've never known her to be so naughty before. She says she'll do that to you, Wendy, every time I try to give you a thimble.
But why?
Why, Tink?
Silly ass.
Do you know why I come here, Wendy?
Me?
Hear stories, you see. I don't know any stories, and none of the Lost Boys know any stories.
How perfectly awful.
Do you know why swallows build in eaves of houses? To listen to stories. Oh, Wendy, your mother was telling you such a lovely story.
Which story was it?
About the prince who couldn't find the lady who wore the glass slipper?
Peter. That was Cinderella. And he found her. And they lived happily ever after. Where are you going?
To tell the other boys.
Oh, don't go, Peter. I know such lots of stories.
Hello? Is anyone? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Hello?
Gotcha! You can't escape.
Are you a pirate?
No, I'm not a pirate. I'm a flower, a tiger lily. You're not a pirate now, are you?
I'm lost. I'm a lost boy.
I won't hurt you.
I'm frightfully anxious. Pirates or Peter's run away.
Well, you're safe now.
I had a dream last night that the prince found Cinderella. I'm dying to find out the end of the story.
Who's Cinderella?
You know, the story about the shoe, and a deep black lake, and mice with no eyes. See, we don't have mothers of our own, but when Peter Pan comes back, he'll tell us more stories.
Oh, I know Peter Pan. Are you one of the ones that fell from your crib? You're safe now.
I'm just trying to mention Peter's gone away. My mother, she used to say, Father, oh, I wish I had a checkbook of my own. I don't know what a checkbook is, but I should just love to give her one. Hello? Tiger Lily? Are you still there? Hello? Are you still there?
Peter, where are you going?
I told you to tell the other boys.
Oh, don't go, Peter. I know such lots of stories. Oh, the stories I can tell to the boys. Let me go!
Oh, Wendy, do come with me and tell the other boys.
Oh, I can't. Think of Mommy. Besides, I can't fly.
I'll teach you.
Oh, how lovely to fly.
I'll teach you how to jump on the wind's back, and away we go.
Ooh!
Wendy, you're sleeping in your silly bed, you might be flying about with me, saying funny things to the stars.
I'm scared.
And Wendy, there are mermaids.
Mermaids? With tails?
Such long tails.
Oh, to see a mermaid.
And Wendy, how we should all respect you.
Oh, Peter.
Wendy, you can tuck us in at night. None of us has ever been tucked in at night. And you can darn our clothes and make pockets for us. None of us has any pockets.
Of course, it's awfully fascinating.
most lovely, wonderful thoughts, and they lift you up in the air.
Couldn't you do it once more? Slowly?
Ta-da!
I can't.
Well, first you need pixie dust. And then you need a happy thought. Can you think of one?
My mom!
Don't be silly. You've got to do better than that.
Cannolis? Cupcakes.
Look at your shoulders this way.
A new pair of ballet shoes. I'm flying! Do we dare go out?
Let's do 1,000,000,000 miles.
Of course, it was to this that Peter had been luring her.
I don't know if I can.
It's easy. You can, Wendy. I'll protect you from pirates.
I'm scared. Please, Peter.
Just as they arrived home, Mr. and Mrs. Darling looked up at the nursery window. And although it was still shut, the room was ablaze with light. And through the curtain, in the shadows, they could see 2 figures in night attire circling round and round, not on the floor, but in the air.
Come, Wendy.
We rushed into the nursery too late.
The birds were flowing.
I'm flying!
Oh, still in the night. Nothing sounds alive. Yo-ho, yo-ho, the pirates like flags gonna go.
A merry hour hath been open, hey, for Davy Jones! Cadaverous!
Mr. Smee, risking penalty of this, did you or did you not pluck that lily worm?
I did.
Right, and where is she now?
All tied up, Captain, to a rock in the center of the lagoon. She'll be out of here now, Captain. Hello?
Is anyone there?
Hello? Hello? Shall I after him and tickle him with Johnny Corkscrew?
Wait, the island?
Is anyone
Johnny's
there?
a silent fellow.
Hello? Hello? Is there anyone there? Peter?
I'll get him.
Tink?
Not he up front. But his captain, Peter Pan. Was he tore off my right arm? I've waited long to shake his hands with Beth Thorwald. Tear him!
Yet, I have often heard you say that that hook was worth a score of hands for combing the hair and other homely uses.
If I was a mother, I'd pray my children be born with this. Instead of that.
Unrip your plan, Captain. I'm sure you've got one.
Oh, yes, I have one.
So unrip it.
We wait, Smee. We wait for that pan. talk to you?
How long ago did we leave the window?
Are you hungry, Wendy?
No, I'm sleepy. And look at the ocean down there.
I can snatch food from the mouths of birds for you.
That's a funny way of getting their bread and butter. Do you even know there are other ways?
Don't be silly.
Oh, Peter, I'm so tired. Aren't we almost there?
There she goes again. Yes, we're almost there, you.
Stay with me, Peter. I don't like it when you fly ahead. When the curtain goes up, all is so dark that you scarcely know it has gone up. This is because if you weren't to see the island bang, as Peter would say, the wonders of it might hurt your eyes. If you all came with spectacles, perhaps you could see it bang, but to make a rule of that would be kind of a pity.
We get off here. The island is looking for us.
Where? Where?
Where all of the millions of golden arrows are pointing. Those are fairies.
How lovely! There's the lagoon! Everybody close your eyes. The first thing you see is merely some whitish dots trudging along. And you can tell from their twinkling that they are probably fairies of the commoner sort, going home afoot from some party, and having a cheery tiff, by the way. Then Peter's star breaks up, and in the blink of it, which is much stronger than in our stars, you can make out masses of trees, and you think you see wild geese stealing a drink, but what you really see is the shadows of them. They are really out pictorially to greet Peter in the way they think he would like them to greet him, and mermaids basking in the lagoon, pirates landing invisibly. In the daytime, you think the Neverland is only make-believe, and so it is to the likes of you. But now that Peter is here, this is the Neverland come true. An open-air scene, a forest, a beautiful lagoon, one adventure, another, summertime, another, watching the Harry Potter movies.
Light bulbs.
Burning of leaves.
Laying in a field.
Chemistry class.
Bubbles.
Mermaids! Watching the Twilight movies.
Riding roller coasters.
Hot sauce filled Capri Suns.
Flowers.
The last day of school.
The sunrise.
Musicals.
Wendy hovered close to Peter now. His careless manner had gone at last, his eyes were sparkling, and a shiver went through them every time she touched his body. They were now flying over the fearsome island, sometimes flying so low a tree grazed their feet. Nothing horrid was visible in the air, yet their progress would become slow and labored. Exactly as if they were making their way through hostile forces. Sometimes they hung in the air until Peter had beaten on with his fists.
Would you like an adventure or tea first, Wendy?
Tea first.
To the lagoon, then.
You mean where the mermaids are?
Watch out for Captain Hook. I took off a bit of him, his right hand. If we encounter Hook in a fight, you must leave him to me.
I promise.
Tinkerbell was flying with them, and only in her light could they distinguish each other. Although she could not fly so slowly as they, so she had to go around and around, in which they moved as a halo. Tinkerbell landed first.
He's back! He's back! Peter, you're back! You're gonna shoot it? You funny princess?
Who's here, Peter?
Don't ask me. Ask our new mother, Wendy.
A mother, at last! I would like your own checkbook.
Tell him, Wendy.
The prince found her. He found Cinderella, and they lived happily ever after. As they should. You should have known it would end this way.
I should have, shouldn't I? Thank you, Wendy.
She is a proper lady. Here is the kiss she gave me.
Ah, kiss. I remember those. Let me see it. That's a kiss, all right. Build a house for her. Build a house.
Build a house for her.
In an instant, 100 fairy stories were among the branches. Architects were running around, and a bricklayer's yard sprung up. 75 masons rushed up to the foundation stone, and the queen laid it. Overseers were appointed to keep the boys off, and scaffoldings were run up. The whole place rang out with turning chisels, hammers, and legs. Overseers put in the windows, and scaffoldings were run up. The house was perfectly lovely. Fairies, as in their custom, clapped their hands with delight over their cleverness, but they couldn't bear to think that they had finished it, so they added extra little touches, and then even more extra little touches. How lovely the little house.
Still sleepy, Wendy?
I couldn't close my eyes even if I wanted to. Show me to the mermaids.
To the lagoon at once.
You squeeze your eyes tighter, the clothes are going to take shape, and the colors become so vivid, they might just catch on fire. If they catch on fire, dancing.
Let's spend the whole day here, Peter.
We can if you like, Wendy.
I might stitch for hours. I could start in on the socks and pockets for the lost boys.
We can if you like, Wendy, but we'll have to have an adventure sooner or later.
Well, you can nap in the meanwhile. Now that I'm your mother, I ought to be strict about this.
The most haunting time to see a moon is at the turn of the moon, when he utters strange, wailing cries.
Not against me. Keep that up.
Right, Captain.
What was that? Did you hear something? I said, did you hear something? Oh, should I wake Peter?
Somebody should.
It wouldn't be very motherly of me to wake him.
Welcome to Neverland.
Tink could have said something. Anything. But when you really pissed her off. Shivers. Slowly rolled over the lagoon.
Oh, it's so dark. The sun's gone.
Wendy could no longer see to thread her needle. The lagoon that had once been hitherto such a joyous place now seemed formidable and unfriendly.
It isn't that night has come, but something as dark as night.
You didn't wake me. Lucky for you, I can smell danger, even in my sleep. Fast with me, put your back into it.
I'm rowing as hard as I can, Captain.
Pirates!
Oh, Johnny, help me!
How still the night is. 'Tis the hour where children are in their homes, abed, their lips bright brown with the goodnight chocolate and their tongues drowsily searching for belated crumbs housed insecurely on their shining cheeks.
Oh, Peter, I've never seen such a beautiful flower.
That is the tiger lily. How would you like this?
Or this.
No, it's me. It's this.
Do what you have to do.
You heard her. Do what you have to do. I'll swing around the Jolly Roger.
I'll take the dinghy.
I'll lay out my plan for when that pan comes back. Follow me when the deed is finished.
I'll make a bouquet of you, canker blossom.
It's really unlike oleum.
Oh, not a canker blossom, not on your deathbed.
If I'm to die, no false names. I am the tiger lily, the perennial flower. I am to die, I am to die, I am to die. Do it. I'm not afraid.
What, you lover, you take the fun from it.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find some way to enjoy yourself.
A happy thought. Fresh lily.
Goodbye, I am to die. Neverland, goodbye.
Your doom awaits.
Ahoy there, you lovers!
Ahoy there, you lovers!
Ahoy there, you lovers!
Captain, Johnny Corkscrew's poised and ready, Captain.
Let her go!
Let her go!
Let her go!
Let her go.
Yes, cut her bonds and set her free.
Cut her bonds and set her free.
Cut her bonds and set her free.
But Captain,
At once, do you hear? Or I'll plunge my hook in you.
I'll plunge my hook in you.
I'll plunge my hook in you.
aye, aye, Captain.
Ahoy, it's me. Ahoy. Am I not a wonder? Oh, I am a wonder.
Captain, is all well? He sighs. He sighs again. And for a third time he sighs.
The game's up. The boys have found a mother. I ever heard of a mermaid.
Oh, evil day.
We're done for.
What's a mother?
He doesn't know?
What was that?
I see nothing. What's a mother?
You see that bird that floats in the nest that's in the water? She is a mother. Yes, what a lesson. So you see the nest must have fallen into the water, right? Would the mother desert her eggs? No.
Well, if they found a mother, perhaps she's around here somewhere.
That's just the fear that haunts me.
Could we capture their mother and make her our mother?
It is a princely scheme I've made. We will seize the children and carry them to the boat. The boys will make walk the plank. And their mother will be our mother. Never! What was that?
I see nothing.
Do you agree to capture her, boy?
There's my hand on it.
And there's my hook. Swear.
Swear.
Anyways, where's that flower?
I
I assume the mermaids have made salad of her by now.
Captain, I let her go.
Let her go!
'Twas your own orders. You called across the lagoon for me to let her free.
Some girl, what cheating is going on here? I gave no such order.
I heard them playing.
Dark spirit that haunts this lagoon. Don't you hear me?
Odds, bobs, hammers and tongs, I hear you.
Who are you, stranger? Speak!
I am James Hook, captain of the Jolly Roger.
You are not! You are not!
Brimstone and gall, say that again and I'll cast anchor in you.
If you are Captain Hook, then pray tell who am I?
A codfish only, a
Codfish?
A codfish? Have I been captain all this time by a codfish?
My voice?
Hook, have you another voice?
I have.
And another name?
Aye,
Aye, aye.
Vegetable?
aye. No.
No. Mineral?
No.
No.
Animal?
Yes.
Yes.
Man?
No.
Oh.
You ask me some questions?
I can't think of any. Are you a boy?
Yes.
Yes.
Ordinary boy?
No.
Wonderful boy?
Yes.
Yes.
Can't guess. Do you give it up?
Aye.
Well then I am Peter Pan.
And now we have you! Into the waters we catch him dead or alive! Are you ready, boys?
No one ever gets over their first unfairness. No one except Peter Pan. He often meets it, but he always forgets it. I suppose that's the real difference between him and all the rest. So when he meets unfairness here, it's like the first time again, and he could just stare, helpless. Twice the iron hand clawed him in his shock.
Hey, it's unfair!
I'll save you, Peter! The reason he will live and relive these first unfairnesses forever
Hold on. Be quiet. Listen up. And wait. Before moving ahead, we take a moment to examine, somehow, in the moment you're conceived. Birds are involved. Yeah, the wide-eyed shock and joy in your mother's eyes when you were first thought of is a result of an internal negotiation with a bird. And if you remember it hard enough, you remember spots on your back where wings used to be. Like how a soldier, or I guess a dead old starfish, remember an old lip. Of course, we grow out of this. But Peter never did. He is really always the same age. His age does not matter in the least.
The reason is he escaped from being a human when he was only 7 days old. He escaped by window and flew to Neverland.
If you think he was the only baby who ever wanted to escape, it shows how completely you've forgotten your own young days. Think back hard, pressing your hands to your temples, and when you do this hard and even harder, you distinctly remember a youthful desire
To return to the treetops. And with that memory comes more, as of when you were laying in your bed planning to escape the moment your mother was asleep, or the time she found you halfway up the chimney. All children could have such recollections if they would only press their hands hard to their
Temples. For having been birds before they were human, were naturally a little wild in the first few weeks, and itchy at their shoulders where their wings used to be.
Perhaps we'd all be able to fly if we were as dead confident, sure of our capacity to do so as bold Peter Pan was that evening.
The reason why there are bars on nursery windows and tall fenders above the fireplace is because frail people sometimes forget they no longer have wings. So, they try to fly through the window or up the chimney.
When the first baby laughed for the first time, his laugh broke into a million bajillion pieces, and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies. Fairies are tremendously busy if they had not a moment to spare. They'd hear you stop and ask what they would do. They could not tell you in the least.
They're frightfully ignorant.
I should
and everything
know.
they do is make-believe. They have a postman, but he never calls except at Christmas with this little box. And though they have beautiful schools, nothing is ever taught in them.
I should know how to fly.
The chief mistress, and when she has called the roll, they go out for a walk, and they never come back.
Anyways.
Let's celebrate!
I'm a little boy, and to have fun, I want always to be young.
We did it, Peter. We got him from out. You saved my life and I saved yours. I'll always owe you, and you'll always owe me.
We did, didn't we? I'm clever.
Oh, Peter, you've been wounded. Let me mother you.
I won't cry.
You can cry to your own mother, Peter.
Ow, Wendy, that hurts!
See, you are exactly like a boy.
I'll be fine, Wendy lady.
I'll have the final word on that. Don't worry, Peter. We did it. Partners for life. Let's celebrate. Blind ourselves on fairy dust and roll smoke from our ears.
There's a daisy patch needs carousing.
I'm sorry, Tiger Lily, but Peter must recuperate.
I'd love to, Tiger Lily.
I'm sorry, Miss Lily. But Peter appreciates your invitation. But you will have to decline.
Oh, I know, Peter Pan. When we get hungry, I'll make the meatballs you love. And don't worry, Mrs. Wendy, I'll come home before the sun comes up. You could come too, if you like, but I assume you don't want to.
I most certainly do not.
You'll have to start getting used to adventures, Wendy.
Perhaps the biggest adventure of all is that we're several hours late for bed.
Then you should sleep soundly.
Very well. I shall leave your medicine for you, Peter.
Thank you, Wendy. I will drink it when I return. A boy would have to celebrate, and I would have to remain a boy forever. Forever isn't up yet. I promise to take my medicine when I return.
Do you swear it?
I swear. See you soon, Wendy lady.
Peter, what are your exact feelings about me?
Those of a devoted son, Wendy.
I thought so.
Goodbye, Wendy.
You silly ass.
I've heard that enough times I no longer need a translation. Good night, Tinkerbell. Oh, it's so dark. Good night, Neverland.
Hello? Is anyone still here? Hello? Peter?
Wendy, lady.
Oh, there you are. Why aren't you in bed?
I was waiting to be tucked in.
Oh, how sweet. I shall do it.
So, Mother, have you had any adventures today?
Oh, yes. They are not for a child's ears.
Oh, I was really hoping for a bedtime story.
Well, I suppose you're right. Even at this hour, a child deserves a story.
Well, start it, Wendy, lady.
Just lie there. There was once a gentleman.
Oh, I wish he'd be a lady. Or a white rat.
There was also a lady.
I mean, there is a lady. She's dead, is she, Mother?
Oh no, not in the least. The gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and the lady's name was Mrs. Darling. And they were married. And what do you think they had?
White rats!
No. They had a child who one day flew away.
This is an awfully good story.
The child flew away to Neverland, where the lost boys are. Now I want you to consider the feeling of the unhappy parents with their child thrown away. Think of the empty bed.
This is an awfully sad story. I don't see how it would have a happy ending.
You see, if you knew how great a mother's love is, you would know that the heroine knew that the mother, that's Mrs. Darling, would always leave the window open for her to fly back by. But she stayed away for years and had a lovely time.
Did she ever return back?
Let's take a peer into the future. Years have rolled by, and the child is elegantly dressed, ever so older than 20. She may even have a child of her own by then.
I guess we all ordered parts of blind faith to our mothers. So, you go back to your mommy and your daddy, right? Wendy? She flew back, didn't she? She returned home, right? Wendy? Are you still there? Wendy!
Poison's me. Honey, poison's me. Now I have him. Oh, I do. 'Tis the hour children in their beds are asleep. Compare them to this child, a pirate mother from now on. Split my infinities, but 'tis my hour triumph. Perhaps I should make my dying speech now. For if I die, there might not be time for it. Yes. Mortals envy me, but perhaps it might have been better not to have such ambition. For when children play at the story of Peter Pan, no one ever wants to be me. The strongest gets to play Peter Pan, and they force the baby to play Captain Hook. The baby! That is where the canker gnaws!
I would want to play you, Captain.
And they find Smee lovable, pathetic Smee! A non-conforming pirate! A smile on his face because he thinks they fear him!
Oh, they do.
How should I break it to him? Smee. Trained prisoner.
medicine, Peter. It's too big for me to spill out. But you can't drink it.
I promised Wendy I would. Why would you try to spill it out? You keep acting stranger and stranger.
I think we all know what's going on here, pixie dust.
What's going on?
Leave us alone, Tinkerbell. Go on.
Peter, there's poison in your medicine.
Poison? Who could have poisoned it? Here it is. See?
You're jealous.
Wendy wouldn't have poisoned my medicine. Here, I'll drink it to prove it to you.
No!
You dumbbell! I promised Wendy I would, and she was trying to help me ruin everything! Okay?
You bastard.
Poison? But who could have possibly poisoned it?
Hook did. He poisoned you and stole Wendy.
I've got to save her! Come on, time,
You
will you
were poisoned, and now I'm going to be dead.
Oh, Jake, did you drink it to save me? But why?
Silly ass.
It's okay.
Maybe if children believed in fairies again.
That's it. That's it. Do you believe in fairies? Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Save Wendy!
Save Wendy!
The moon rises in a cloudy heaven.
Nights like these, Captain.
Do you hear a single sound?
I do not.
Mouths that have opened will stay open. That is the stillness in the end. I shall be tormented no longer. By now, Pan has met his fate.
You won't get away with it. I won't stay here.
Captain, could we have her walk the plank?
She'll come around. Wrapped in a blanket of night through which no sound can penetrate. Oh man, I'm fed. 'Tis my hour of triumph. Bang! Bang! The glittering bomb! It is mine.
Is it quite good form to be distinguished at anything?
I am the only man who barbecued feared. Barbecue feared me.
Is it not bad form to think about good form?
My child, you closer and closer approach the plank.
Fine then.
'Twas Pan I wanted, chiefly Pan, and I got him. 'Twas his cockiness, in the iron claw, twitched and might disturb me like an insect. No harm in that.
Captain, you were a lion in a cage to which a sparrow had come.
He still lives. I know it.
Now I bet. Listen, I'm not wholly evil. I like music and sweet flowers, and let it be admitted, the sweet scene of a nature stirs me profoundly.
Oh, I hate you.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. Little children, love me.
Mr. Upthing, Captain. We've been fine without a mother this long. Why not now?
Very well.
Oh, what would your real mother say?
I wouldn't know her if I passed her. You should be picking up on that by now.
Am I to die then?
Please.
Sewing. Pink tutus. Dancing in the Nutcracker. And then my mom telling me I danced beautifully. Oh, I wish I could grow up.
What's she doing, sweetie?
Thinking happy thoughts and I'll fly. My mother tucking me in and giving me a goodnight hug.
Oh, like when Pam lies dead, nothing can save you now.
I'm scared. Oh, Mom.
Hook for me this time!
Oh, God! He lives!
You've gone too far now, Captain James Hook of the Jolly Roger.
Peter Pan, the adventure. Prepare to die!
Not so fast.
Is your doom, your doom!
Me, what's the matter?
Captain, I can jolly corkscrew the lily at least. You're to the lost one.
Pan, honey, Pan! Pan! This is all you're doing!
Aye, James Hook, this is all my doing.
Ha! Insolent youth!
Dark and sinister man, shall we all have at thee?
Pan! Who and what art thou?
I am youth, I am joy, I am the little bird that is broken out of the egg. James Hook, thou not wholly unheroic figure, farewell. To die, well, really is the greatest adventure.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Darling had no proper spirit. She had aired Wendy's bed, and she never leaves the house. And she always leaves the window open.
When the child flew away, Mr. Darling felt in his bones that all the blame was his. And, of course, as we have seen, he was quite a simple man, and he could have even passed as a boy again if he would be able to take his baldness off.
I take a look at her, and are reminded of her, of the gaiety of her in the old days. All gone now because she had lost her babe. We look at her where she has fallen asleep in the chair. The corner of her mouth, where one looks first, is almost withered up.
Her hand lays restlessly on her breast, as if she had a pain there.
Wendy? Wendy! Oh, I tried to make your point came back to me.
If I had been.
Oh, George, you're as full of remorse as ever, aren't you?
It is my fault. I, George Darling, did it. Mea culpa, mea culpa. I lost our child, he said. There they sat, night after night, on the edge of Mrs. Darling's bed, holding hands and recalling that fatal Friday, till every image of it was plastered on the front of their heads like the faces of bad coinage.
If only I hadn't accepted that invitation to die.
My fatal gift of humor, dearest.
My touchiness of trifles.
The empty nursery.
It had begun so uneventfully as 100 other evenings had.
Close the window, dear. I think I feel a draft.
Oh, George, you never asked me to do that. You know the window must always be open for her. Always! Always!
I must go home at once.
Roger, Wendy?
I mean home. Perhaps Mother has had morning by this time. Will you make the necessary arrangements, Peter?
If you wish it.
I'm not asking you to cast the nuts, Peter. I'm asking you to go home.
You
Not
may-
so much as a sorry to lose you.
You may go if you wish it, Wendy.
What are you doing?
Every time you breathe in Neverland, a grown-up dies, Wendy.
How awful! I just don't want it once.
Oh, Peter, we can't let her go. Let's chain her up. Keep her prisoner.
No, she may go if she wishes. Tiger Lily will guide you through nature. You know your happy thoughts, Wendy. Think happy thoughts.
Thank you, Peter.
You now know how to cross the sea.
Suppose I won't see you again, will I?
You might.
You won't forget how you killed Captain Hook and saved my life.
Who's Captain Hook?
Oh, Peter, you slayed him for me.
I forget them after I kill them. Go if you're going, Wendy.
Dear ones, I'm sure I can get my mother and father to adopt you. All of you, if you just come with me.
Oh, Peter, can I go?
All right.
Oh, ripping! Get your things, Peter.
No, Wendy. I'm not going with you. He is.
But Peter, we could find your real mother.
No, she might tell me that I am old and I want always to be a little boy and to have fun.
But Peter.
No. If you find your mother, I hope you will like her.
Am I not Noodle wanting to go?
I stay with Peter Pan.
Of course I do too.
All right then. No fuss, no blubbering. Goodbye, Wendy.
You will remember about changing your assignments, Peter.
Are you ready, my Tiger Lily?
Aye, aye.
Then lead the way. Close the window, bar it, and you and I will escape by the door. And when Wendy comes here, she will see that and think that her mother has barred her out. And she will have to go back with me.
This has been the plan in his head all the time.
Look, Wendy's mother sleeps. Wendy, Wendy! She is a pretty lady, but not so pretty as my mother. Her mouth is full of kisses, but not so full as my mother's is. She cries in her sleep. Wendy! I'm fond of her too, but we both can't have her. She wouldn't make the best of it. Bright lights, can't really sleep. A mother's eye, bright lights.
Burn clear and steadfast.
Mother? Wendy? Father?
Wendy! Oh.
No.
You can't see Neverland Bay. The wonders of it might hurt your eyes.
It is shut? It is shut! A mother would have left it open!
No, Wendy.
How long have we been gone?
I don't know.
Mother looks so old.
Does this mean I can't go?
Think happy thoughts, Wendy. We can fly. We can do spring cleaning. You can take care of us. We can do adventure things.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Yes.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes!
Think happy thoughts.
Yes!
Rainbows, glitter, giggling babies,
Crouton flavored
I
sherbet.
never like it.
Jumping on the trampoline.
Sleep!
Zucchini.
Music
Going to
box.
sleep out. Sitting down.
I can do this.
This organ.
Miss Jensen. I'm flying. The last glimpse we see of Wendy is at the window. You may see her hair become white and her figure little again, for all this happened so long ago. Wendy's daughter Jane is now grown, who has a daughter named Margaret, who will have a daughter in turn, will be Peter's mother, and on the cycle will go, as long as children are carefree, innocent, and heartless. We are seeing in the night until we are as small as stars.
Closing night of Peter, Wendy. I just want to keep it here for just a couple more minutes. In this production, we have 5 seniors, and this is their last performance with the Spartan Players. So I just want to take a moment and recognize their work here at Dome. Can my seniors come back to the stage? I will cherish this time with you guys for forever. All right, let's turn on the house lights and party on. Thank you all again for coming.